Hey guys, Shub here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So in today's video, we're going to talk about 5 stocks that Ark Invest and Cathie Woods have been buying a whole lot of in this dip during the past few months, past few weeks. So before we get started, let's take a quick look at Ark Invest flagship fund ARKK and how they've done over the past 1 year and so on. So as you can see, in the past 1 year, their return has been about 78%, which is quite impressive compared to the market and S&P 500. So as you can see, in 2020, these guys are really good, and having those low interest rates and having Tesla as a top holding really helped these guys out. And then from their peak of about 156 in early Feb, since then they have been down about 28%. And then obviously because of this correction and decline in growth stocks over the past few months, Ark Invest and Cathie Woods have been taking advantage and buying a whole lot of shares of companies that they really believe in for the long term, for that 3 to 5 year time frame. With that being said, let's get right to it. Number 1, Zoom. Zoom is a communications tech company that was founded about 10 years ago. Most of you guys are probably very familiar with Zoom if you work from home or if you're in any type of distant learning, or you've probably even hopped on a Zoom call with your best friend or family members. So most of us are pretty familiar with Zoom. Let's start by looking at their 1 year stock chart. So as you can see here, in the past 1 year, Zoom's return has been 85%, which is quite impressive. They did have their peak about mid-October at about 568. So since then, their stock has been down roughly 42%, but 85% overall in the past 1 year, not bad at all. Let's take a quick look at their financials. So we have their income statement pulled here by year. And as you can see, in 2018, they did about 150 million in sales. And then in 2019, that doubled to 330 million. And then again, that doubled to roughly 623 million. And then in the most recent year close, they did 2.6 billion in sales. So as you can see, Zoom is growing the top line like crazy. I think this is a fantastic company. And I've also seen in the news recently that they're coming out with something called Zoom Events that's designed for post-pandemic events. And it kind of incorporates both in-person and virtual attendance. So I think this company has a really bright future. Number 2 on our list is Shopify. So Shopify is an e-commerce company known for its e-commerce platform. They're founded about 15 years ago. So this company provides sellers online stores and retail point of sale systems. And they also offer online retailers basically like a suite of services for payments, marketing, shipping, and customer engagement tools. Let's look at their stock chart a little bit. So as you can see, for the past 1 year, Shopify's stock has been up about 64%. So not bad at all. Moving on, let's take a look at their financials. So let's look at the income statement here. And we will look at annual income statement. As you can see here, in 2017, they did about 675 million in sales. And then 2018, that increased to about 1.1 billion. 2019, 1.6 billion. And then the most recent, they jumped to 2.9 billion. So as you can see, this company has been growing their top line like crazy. And this is a company I personally hold in my portfolio, and I think it has a really bright future. So I'm a big fan of Shopify. I don't know if you guys saw recently in the news, but Google basically also just partnered with Shopify to allow merchants to sign up wherever merchant products show up in like Google search, Maps, and YouTube. So I think having this partnership with Google is definitely a good sign for Shopify, and kind of gives you another sign that this company is headed in the right direction and has a really good future growth potential. So number 3 on our list is Crispr Therapeutics. Crispr is a Swiss-American biotech company, and it was founded about 8 years ago. So this company is all about the approach of CRISPR-based gene editing. And if you guys are unfamiliar, CRISPR stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats, which I have no idea what it means. So personally, I'm not from a medical background, so I'm not obviously an expert on genomics and CRISPR, but I really like what this company is doing. I like the idea CRISPR is basically allows DNA to be modified and exchanged, and it can help prevent diseases. So one of the big things these guys have in the pipeline is gene editing based CTX001, and it is the furthest advanced in clinical development when it comes for the treatment of sickle cell disease. That being said, let's look at their stock chart a little bit. So as you can see, this company has had a 1-year return of 83%, and it did peak in about mid-January at 210, and since then it's been down quite a bit, roughly 45%, but overall 1-year return 83%, not bad at all. Let's take a quick look at their financials. So if you guys look here, this is a really young company. It was just founded 8 years ago. So when it comes to their financials, you can see it's kind of all over the place. They did 40 million in sales in 2017, and then 3 million, then it kind of jumped to 290 million, and then the most recent year it's right under a million. So if you guys are into investing in companies that have a very strong and stable income statement, Crispr Therapeutics is probably not the way to go, as this is a very young company and its sales are still very volatile and up in the air. Crispr did recently announce that in partnership with Vertex, they're going to be releasing clinical study data on June 11th. So I think that as the trials go on and their gene editing based therapy CTX001 gets approved down the road, I think this company will have a really bright future. Number 4 on our list is Coinbase. So Coinbase is a company that operates a cryptocurrency exchange platform. It was founded about 8 years ago. If you guys own some Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin and you're using Coinbase, you're obviously already very familiar with Coinbase. So Coinbase did just go public on NASDAQ on April 14th. So this is a very new stock. It's only been on the NASDAQ for about a month and a half. And like I said, you guys are probably very familiar with Coinbase already, but you can basically buy and sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and a whole lot of other cryptocurrencies that me and you have probably not even heard of. So we won't go through their stock chart as Coinbase did just IPO, but something good to know is they IPO'd at 250. Right now, it's trading at about 236. So it's a little bit under its IPO price, but this company, I think, has a really bright future, so I wouldn't look at that too much. And then obviously, since this company did just go public, we don't have any financials to look at right now, but it'll be really interesting to see what kind of numbers these guys come out with. And then in recent news, I don't know if you guys saw, but analysts have been saying that, yeah, crypto prices are down, have been down a little bit over the past few weeks, and crypto prices can be volatile, but Coinbase is the leader with crypto, and I think that they're in a position to really benefit from the growing adoption of Bitcoin and other crypto. And then a lot of analysts are also saying that right now their main revenue stream is these transaction fees on crypto transactions, but over time they're going to be really leveraging their platform for institutional investors. So it'll be really good for this company to have that diversified revenue stream. Last but not least, number 5 on our list is Square. So Square is a financial services and digital payments company. It was founded about 12 years ago. So you guys probably are familiar with those Square Reader things they came out with. That was one of their first products, and it was basically like a little device that could connect to a phone and really easily take payments. So this company really started taking off right when one of their first successful products came out. And then you've probably seen their devices at small businesses, at your local ice cream shop. It's the little payments devices that are really slick, that really nice user interface. So I really like this company. I think it has fantastic products and it's growing super rapidly. And then other than that, this company also has a lot of products for online businesses, basically to really easily take payments. That being said, let's look at their stock chart a little bit. So past 1 year, as you guys can see, their return has been roughly 175%. So absolutely phenomenal compared to the market. Really good sign. Moving on, let's take a quick look at their financials. So we have their annual income statement pulled up here. As you guys can see, in 2017, they did 2.2 billion in sales, and then 2018, they jumped to 3.3 billion, and then 2019, 4.7 billion, and then 2020, a mind-blowing 9.5 billion. So as you guys can see, Square has been growing their top line like crazy year over year. So I think this company has really good growth potential in the future, and their top line says a lot, and their 1 year stock return says a lot. And then I don't know if you guys saw in the news, but Square basically just teamed up with Google, with Google's Merchant Center. So it helps sellers basically get discovered really easily, and it lets them add their catalog items to, for example, Google Search, Google Shopping tab, Google Maps, and of course, YouTube. There you have it, guys. Top 5 stocks that Ark Invest and Cathie Woods have been buying a whole lot of. If you like this video, please take a moment and like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And tell me in the comments what you think about these companies. Do you hold them in your portfolio? Do you plan to add these to your portfolios? I'd love to hear about it, and best of luck, and see you next time.